I'm Pushpa Gurung, and I'm the director for the Kriti Children's Center for Learning and Development. And this is a inclusive learning space, and we provide the service, early childhood education, early intervention for the children who are at risk of SAN, and also social activities for the children who are already in the SAN schools. To distribute this RAT, rapid antigen test kit, I mean, the mask during that, I mean, a few weeks ago was quite difficult. I mean, because all the mothers, the children are at home and they cannot go out in a group to play. So the mother cannot come on her own. And sometimes the husband has infected and isolated. The grandparents are infected. So it was so difficult for me to distribute the support system, which I had received from Jason, it was so difficult. Other lot, there was the veterans who are 70s and they're very old, fragile, weak, they cannot walk. Some of them are sick, but eventually I managed to distribute to all of them. And the mothers are really very tired. I mean, because the children at home and they have to attend online class, and especially for the SAN children to sit in front of a computer or a laptop or whatever for more than 5-10 minutes, it will be a big thing, We cannot keep them quiet, stable just for even for 5 minutes. So the class is running for half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour. For other children, it's okay. But for the Asian children, it's very, very difficult, So, and the mothers are very tired. And some mothers really, they didn't, do it from heart, because children are not enjoying or not taking any benefit from the classes, but they had to attend, and sometimes they don't understand, so it's really very difficult. And because at that peak time, when we are desperate for a RAT kit, we were desperate in the market, so expensive, and they need at least 5-10 for one person in the family. So I request Jason to help me. We managed to pass that, difficult phase, So they are happy. They understand what they have to do. What is the jab, what is the meaning, why we need to have this vaccine is important. So, Sinovac and BioNTech, this and that, and what happened, if you have a chest pain when you have the vaccine and you have a chest pain, what you have to do. Everything I recorded in my own language. So, and I shared in the group, and that really helped. So this is what I did, and it worked.
I'm working with DAB, and I'm also working for DAB, and I'm the ethnic minorities for DAB, and I'm the vice chairperson. So I work along with Nepalese, Pakistan in Hong Kong mainly, and some of them are Indian as well. And during the time from 2020 to now, for almost 2.5 years, and we have been working along with them, and we find out the issues that what we can do, what we can provide. And first of all, it's about getting the flight back to Hong Kong from different countries, then becoming the shortage of resources. And now the fifth wave, so it's getting people vaccine and things like that. That's what we are doing right now. First of all, is the government. They understood and they noticed that the important for working with the ethnic minorities, sometimes they don't have the bonding to connect with the ethnic minorities. So they need, people like me and Fanny to be in between, to supply and, to communicate. That's the first thing. The second thing is sometimes the ethnic minorities, they're a bit shy to ask for help. They were thinking that, maybe we can manage that and, don't want to bother anyone else. That become one of the issue that, when we providing help. So what we can do is we need to get hold with the people like Pushpa, like Rana. They're willing to help. So we can pass on them the rapid test kit and masks, send sanitizer, things like that. Then they can pass it on to the people in their nation. That will be much easier. So the issues are sometimes it's the resources that we don't have. Sometimes we need some help. That's all. We need extra resources. to pass it on to them. It's just not enough. If we're not helping people who are in need, who will do it? No one will. We can't just sitting and wait for the government to do it. It needs people like us to do it. And it's not just me and Fanny, but mostly we are working for the people who are in Yunnan and in Tinshui, but we also work extra for the ethnic minorities. And I'm sure Pushpa in here, she will definitely know what I meant for that.
My name is Ali Shazia, and I'm a Pakistani lady. And I'm trying my best to being a bridge between my both communities, Pakistani community and the Chinese community. And as a professional, I'm a teacher. So I have more, contact with the parents and the children. As Pushpa Didi told us before, that Zoom lessons have difficulties for the SEN, but I found that we also have difficulties for the normal students as well, because they don't have proper sitting areas, they don't have computers, they only have mobiles or the iPads. Even though we provided iPads to our students, but they don't have a proper sitting area. Some of them are living in the housing estate and they only have 2 bedrooms, and the number of brothers and sisters are 4, 5. So 2 are sitting on the upper deck of the bunk bed and 2 are sitting down. They cannot give us answers. I know that it is a very crucial time for all of us, and we just have to support each other. And I always trouble Jason for anything. If I need or if my community face any trouble, I always WhatsApp him. Jason, this is going on, like the halal food. Actually, the problem is we are the Muslims and we cannot eat pork at any cost. It is 100% prohibited for us. And even though cannot use the oil, etc. So somehow in the isolation centers, it is a difficulty. But you know that I'm a different person. I always try myself to educate my community. I ask them to prepare the isolation box for them, to arrange some dates, some nuts, some biscuits, etc. in case of emergency, if they have to move there, so they must have sufficient food. I can understand it's a lot of burden on the government at the moment, and government cannot arrange each and everything for everyone. But thanks for you, and especially I would like to thank Jason, because whenever, even the late night, I send him message, he always reply me and with a great enthusiasm. So I feel very comfortable after getting the replies from him. But the problem is, again, we don't have direct messages from the health department or from anything. You know, nowadays, Hong Kong news are very confusing, especially lockdown town. So it was not easy for those who are not financially strong, and especially for those who are living in the small houses. I know many people living in Kamtin, they just have a 1-bedroom home. They don't have any living room, etc. So when I asked them to arrange some rice or some lanterns, etc. for them, they said that we don't have place to keep them. You know, the residential problem is very, very high in Hong Kong. So we are trying our best to cater our community, and we also need some support from the government and from you people, because sometimes we also don't know what is going on and what is going to be happen.
Hello everyone, this is Fanny. I also working in Yunnan with Jason. You know, we are very good helper. From last year, if everyone, for example, don't have work or cannot go to school and anything else, their health also poor, maybe let people to talk, or just talking maybe can help them. And also sometimes maybe they need a help for food or the meal or the every time for everything for their kids. Because cannot go to school, also cannot go out. Sometimes they need to play or they go outside just like warning, you know. But now cannot. So they may call us and or need a help, or sometimes cannot contact for everyone. Because they don't know how to go our office. But maybe some center can provide our maybe Facebook or DAB center or everything. Is it can talk to them let they find us, and then we can lead a helpful.
First of all, as we are aware from last year, or we have seen in our neighboring countries like China, India, Nepal, and other Asian countries, what happened with the COVID-19, the outcome, why we were not prepared for the worst scenario, that was the thing. It's really, coming in my mind. We just go after the vaccine only, but we didn't physically prepare for the worst situation, So that might be one of the factors. Because of that, initially, when one person, I know one father of the Asian child was positive, he was immediately taken to hospital or somewhere, in isolation. But later on, when there are so many people were positive and they're calling the hotline or calling the hospital, no one is picking up the phone or hanging, The phone is, always busy tone, So I think physically we should have prepared for the worst scenario after watching in TV every day in the neighboring country like China, Nepal, India, everywhere. So the other thing is, recently, I yesterday also, today I read 300 medical staff came to Hong Kong to help us, right? It's very good. But my concern is we have many medical staff in our EM community. Due to some reason, they haven't been registered with the government in health department, or they are not registered nurse. They couldn't pass the exam. So why don't they try from our community also, If they could have asked us, our community, they would be very happy to give hand, especially in this situation. Everybody is willing to help to each other, We want to help our people. We want to help Hong Kong, But they didn't ask. I know there are many, many EM, especially the Nepali lady, they are working in the old age home. Many, many Nepali lady, they work in the old age home, and also they speaks quite good Cantonese. And they could have hired them. They could have approached us, and we would feel very proud to help Hong Kong too, I don't know whether I will be able to continue my center or not, because we are not funded by anybody. So at the moment, we are just, some friends are helping me to pay the rent of my center. And that's very, very important center for the early childhood education and the children who are at risk of SAN and those who are already SAN. So of course, this is the very, sensitive time to all of us. We all are panicking. We all are very sad. Our mood is very down. We understand it is this COVID-19 impact is not only to EM, to everyone in Hong Kong. So we have to stay together. We have to fight. We have to get vaccinated. Stay together, stay healthy, and we have to protect, make this place, beautiful.